Hey everybody, back with, it's been a while, I know it's been a while, but we are back with another reaction video um, to J-Hope from BTS. Sad times, he just announced, or Bit had just announced that he's starting the process for his enlistment, and as it looks like to be the pattern, before they leave, they're going to be leaving us like new music, like Jin did with the astronaut with Coldplay. And we found out literally last week that Hobie was dropping a single. I know he had hinted before that he was gonna go back to his like dance roots on the street, like Hope on the street, because you know he's a street dancer. And literally, I think it was yesterday, it was announced that his single titled "Hope on the Street" was going to be with none other than J. Cole. If you guys don't know, J. Cole is like an OG, huge influence for Hobie, like in his hip hop. Is one of his like muses. If you saw the documentary of Hobie, the Jack in the Box at Lollapalooza, you see him meet J. Cole and he's like so in shock and says like, "You're my muse, you're my inspiration." He mentions one of the songs that he used to listen to a couple years ago was like one of his favorite, his motivation. So that meet cute was amazing. And now to see him dropping a song with J. Cole, who also, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys have done research, but if you don't know, he is the original singer from the song Born Sinner that BTS sampled and made into their version of Born Singer. And obviously it's crazy to think now how everything worked, because they hadn't released Born Singer as like in any CDs or anything, because they didn't have the rights to the I guess you could say like the music, because it was owned by J. Cole and like the other composers. And obviously once they included it in proof, it was like they got the okay from J. Cole and the other singers and producers for them to basically make money off of sampling Born Sinner. I know they sound so much alike. So now, like, to think back, like they wrote this song like how many years ago, and then they finally were able to release it in an album last year, and now literally like Hobie did Lollapalooza in July, and now like 6-7 months later, he's dropping this single with J. Cole. Like the way that whole process went is crazy. But anyways, we're having the official music video for J-Hope on the Street with J. Cole. I will probably cry because I'm already emo. I'm like excited about it. Just like to see, it's crazy to see like these singers, like especially like the rap line, which are the ones that produce and write a lot of the music, for them to finally be working alongside with the people that they considered their inspirations, their motivations, like the people they looked up to when they were starting as trainees, and now that to see them like on the same playing field, like that mutual respect from the person, the artist that they respected so many years ago and looked up to now be working with them, because it takes respect for that artist, like such an established artist, to work with like the current artists that are popular now. They have to see something in their music besides marketability and wanting to like have a hit. A lot of the real OG artists, that authentic artists, will look into this new musician, like what do they want to work with me, what do they want to get out of this, what do they stand for, and to be able to work with them, like the same thing with Namjoon and Erykah Badu, similar lines. Oh, it's a lot. So I probably will cry. I'm probably gonna get hyped, so just bear with me. You guys know how I am. Anyways, here we go. And of course the countdown is like Hobie style, very very colorful. Okay. Just gonna count down for a bit. Calm down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Big hit music. And this was filmed in New York, you guys. like the couple days he was in New York, Hobie filmed this in New York. And just so you guys know, it's probably gonna have some explicit words because Hobie with the little kid. Ah, Hobie. I want to say it looks like Soho area.
Every time I work, every time I run, every time I move, as always for us.
For us.
Every time I look, every time I love, every time
Hope.
I hope.
It's always for us.
It's always
For us, Army. J. Oh, Hobie, this is for us.
Just walk loudly whenever you want. Go on home wherever you want. 누군가 있음 깃들여 있는 거리 내 영혼과 영원을 담을게 everywhere. Every time I walk, every time I run, every time I move.
It's always for us. Like
every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope.
it's always for
It's
us.
always for us. Every time I work,
Every time I
every
run,
time I run,
every time I
every
move,
time I move.
it's always for
It's always
us.
for us.
Every time I
Every
look,
time I look,
every time I
every
love,
time I love,
every time I
every
hope,
time I hope.
it's always for
always
us.
for
Oh my
us.
gosh.
Yeah.
Hobie!
Oh, hell, the mighty survivor of hell. Plopped down from heaven to sail. Holy water that I scooped from the well. Fought tooth and a nail just to prevail. Monster ruthless as I move through the field. Feeling worried, in a hurry like a 2-minute drill. To make a couple mil off a lucrative deal. Selling train of thought, name an artist who could derail. You never see it like a nigga hula hooping in jail. I got a friend smart as fuck, but he's stupid as hell. He swear that God ain't real, since it ain't no way to prove it itself. As if the universe ain't enough. As if the volcanoes ain't erupt. As if the birds don't chirp. As if a trillion nerves don't work in a human body. Shit, who would I be without the creator of this theater beside me to gently guide me? Some days I wonder if I need to pick a different hobby. I'm deep in with this rapping, it's all a nigga know. I never did nothing better, it's hard to let it go. But like a father watching his daughter walk down the altar with tears in his eyes, you gotta let her grow. And so I shall, but first I've been honing my style. Coders around with more quotables than what the quota allows. You see a top 10 list, I see a golden corral, nigga. As the moon jumps over the cow, I contemplate if I should wait to hand over the crown and stick around for a bit longer. I got a strange type of hunger. The more I eat, the more it gets stronger. The more it gets stronger. I said the more it gets stronger. J-Hope, Cold World. Every time I work,
Oh, the vocals! His backup vocal, like his harmonizing with Hobie.
it's always for us. Every time I look, every time I love,
I have
every
goosebumps.
time I hope, it's always for us. Every time I work,
Every time I
every
run,
time I run,
every time I
every
move,
time I move,
it's always for
for
us.
us.
Every time I
Every
love,
time I look,
every time I
every
love,
time I love,
every time I
every
hope,
time I hope,
it's always for
always
us.
for us.
Hobie! Oh, this is from the teaser. Bruh, that side hug, respect. Oh my gosh, I'm in tears. Oh, like the lyrics, like Hobie's lyrics. I like how each singer told like their different. I guess you could see a different story, different message, delivered each message. Like Hobie's lyrics, it talks about, especially the hook, like the chorus. Every time I walk, every time I move, every time I love, every time I run, every time I hope, it's always for us. You know, he means us means army, but us could also mean like him and the members, or us could mean like in general, the population. But him specifically, you know that, especially considering him, he's going to be enlisting soon, you know that he's leaving that message to us. Like, everything he does, he's basically saying, everything I do is for you, Army, and for me, like for our bond together. But always like basically saying he's always going back to his roots. He's always like J-Hope on the street. Like he was a street dancer. That's where his start was, in dancing, like street dancing. And then from there, that took him into this whole other world that's like being a K-pop idol. That just it just like catapulted him to like a whole different new universe, I guess you could say, that he wasn't expecting when he started just being like, hey, I'm a street dancer, this is my thing, and evolved into something so much bigger. Obviously, he's like a master of his dance. He developed into being like amazing rapper and writer and producer, like of his own music. Like his art just exploded. But also like the message that he embodies. I'm crying. Like the fact that he took off that he took on, I'm not gonna cry more. He took on the name of being Hope. He's our hope. That's why he's like, it's J-Hope, and he's like, okay, that's gonna be my artist name, what I go by when I perform, but it's not just gonna be a name. I'm going to be that hope. Like that's why he's always introducing himself as, I'm your hope. You're my hope. I'm J-Hope. Like, that's like a big burden to carry, to be seen like, hey, your name has the word hope in it. You're supposed to be hopeful and always happy or whatever, and portray that to the world. But we're gonna go ahead and like do a rewatch and pause and like the lyrics. And also, can we appreciate that he did the little dance break that he was doing on the subway stops, like once he walked down into the subway, and you could see that like the subway going by, he was just like doing his thing, his street dancing, while J. Cole started his verse. But anyways, let's cry some more. And the fact that they started him with the kid, it's like throwback to when he was a kid, you know, because the kid, obviously he met the kid on the street. The kid is just hanging out on the street doing his thing. It's almost like he's high-fiving his younger self. And the whistle is like so nostalgic and like hopeful. It gives you like this calm feeling.
Every time I work, every time I run, every time I move.
And the scratches.
Every time I live.
Very retro hip hop.
Every time I hope, as always for us.
Hope on the street, I'm still. Even my walk was made of your love and faith. Like that message is to the fans, because he just said, J in the air, like J-Hope. For the path I'm on to become one of hope, I give my all. Like he's saying like, I know my moniker is J-Hope, so I have to walk in this path. I have to embody this name that I've taken on myself, and I'm gonna give it my all. I'm not gonna just do it halfway. I'm gonna give it my all. But then, even my walk was made of your love and your faith. Like you motivated me to be this way. To repay you from afar, just like a butterfly. Don't mention butterflies.
Just walk lightly whenever you want. Go unhuffy wherever you work. 누군가의 숨이 깃들여 있는 별이 내 영혼과 영원을
He leaves his soul.
Every time I work, every time I run.
He's dancing.
As always for us. Every time I
Chinatown, yeah. So it's Soho area.
Every time I hope. As always for us.
Hope. I love how in the background he says, on the street, I'm still like, I'm still that boy that was a street dancer back in the day. That's still in me. I'm J-Hope, but I'm still on the street. Then he just came down into the subway station.
Every time I run, every time I move, as always for us. Every time I look,
We get a glimpse of J. Cole.
every time I hope, as always for us.
Bowery. That's the stuff right there. You can see it. He's on Bowery, so it's definitely down in Subway. And then J. Cole's verse is very like, I guess also very retrospective, like talking about him in the industry and just the way things are.
Oh, hell, the mighty survivor of hell. Plop down from heaven to sail. Holy water that I scooped from the well. Fought tooth and a nail just to prevail. Monster ruthless as I move through the field.
Right there, like he's talking about, now he's talking about his not his struggle, but like his, I guess you could say his history within the industry, because it says holy water that I scooped from the well, like the well of like artistry, you could say. But this verse, fought tooth and nail just to prevail amongst its ruthless. Like he knows that the industry is ruthless, and he had to fight to be where he is, to be able to do his music. It's not like an easy thing. Just like, that's why he used the word to prevail. Like it's almost like saying to survive and to succeed.
Monster ruthless as I move through the field. Feeling worried in a hurry like a 2-minute drill.
Feeling worried in a hurry, because you know, in the music industry, you're always like running, trying to keep ahead, trying to keep on par with like everybody that's already like pioneers before you. You're trying to like keep up at their pace and obviously like, I guess, current with the trends or whatever. Be relevant.
Mil off a lucrative deal. Selling train of thought, name an artist who could derail. You never see it like a nigga hula hooping in jail.
That's a really interesting verse right there, where it talks about basically when he says like he was feeling worried, and basically he signed a lucrative deal like to make a couple of $1 million. Like sometimes like the things that some artists have to compromise their art or who they are just to be able to make money.
Off a lucrative deal. Selling train of thought, name an artist who could derail. You never see it like a nigga hula hooping in jail. I got a friend smart as fuck, but he's stupid as hell. He swear to God ain't real, since it ain't no way to prove it itself. As if the universe ain't enough. As if the volcanoes ain't erupt.
Hobie just doing his street dancing, but what J. Cole is saying, like, I mean, I guess on his end, he's talking about like he has a friend that he can be super smart in one thing, but he doesn't believe in like a greater power. In this case, he's mentioning God. Like he doesn't believe that like all these things that we see out in the world in nature were created by anybody. That's why he's saying like that friend is stupid. Like how can you see all this magnificent creation and not believe in a greater power?
As if the birds don't chirp, as if a trillion nerves don't work in a human body. Shit, who would I be without the creator of this theater beside me to gently guide me? Some days I wonder if I need to pick a different hobby. I'm deep in with this rapping, it's all a nigga know. I never did nothing better, it's hard to let it go.
And going back to that struggle, because he's like, he's calling his art, his music, a hobby. So it's like sometimes I wonder if I should pick a different hobby. Like, is this just too hard? Am I trying too hard? Is it worth it? Should I just stop doing music and do something else? But then he's saying like, this is the only thing I've been knowing. Like, I just know how to rap, and it's hard for me just like to give up on my art and on rapping and like doing something else, which is like a struggle a lot of artists have, especially when they're struggling with like having their music be heard and be put like on the radio and be getting play and making profit because of what your production company, you know, your retailer, what they expect. Like, you signed this contract, you have to make this many albums. But then it gets to a point where you're just like, am I just churning out music that nobody's listening to? Should I stop and do something else?
But like a father watching his daughter walk down the altar with tears in his eyes, you gotta let her grow. And so I shall, but first I've been honing my style. Coders around with more quotables than what the quota allows.
And then he mentioned he equates that to having like a father watching his daughter walk down the aisle. It's like the daughter created the father created this beautiful person, and they're just letting them go, like walking away from them. And it's the same for him when he makes his music. He does his writing, he does his rapping, and he just has to let it go and put it out into the world. And then he mentions, but first, I mean, like first he's honing his style. First he worked hard to figure out who he is, what his style is, to perfect it.
First, I've been holding my style, quotas around with more quotables than what the quota allowed.
So that way he was like the best of the best, which he is considered by a lot of in the industry. He's like, the fact that Hobie's working with him, dang.
You see a top 10 list, I see a golden corral, nigga. As the moon jumps over the cow, I contemplate if I should wait to hand over the crown.
That's interesting how he says as the moon jumps over the cow, because the saying is the cow jumped over the moon. So he reversed it, and he's saying like, am I ready to hand down my crown to like, am I ready to step down from being in the top position?
Stick around for a bit longer. I got a strange type of hunger. The more I eat, the more it gets stronger.
And same thing. It's the same thing that I feel like Namjoon, Hobie, and Yoongi have mentioned. Like the harder they work, and like the more that they feel like I still have a lot of work to do, I still have a lot to achieve, it makes their hunger bigger. Like, I did this, I can achieve more. I did this, I can achieve more. So that's when there's like, it's a delicate balance. But Hobie doing his dancing.
The more it gets stronger. I said the more it gets stronger. J-Hope.
Whole world and Hope World. Oh my gosh. And this right here, when it's J-Hope is like doing the forefront singing, like every time I walk, every time I run, and you have J. Cole doing the harmonizing in the background with his like vocals. It blends so well together.
Run. Every time I move, it's always for us. Every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope, it's always for us. Every time I walk, every time I run, every time I move,
Bowery Station.
every time I look,
Every time I love, every time I hope, it's always for us. And then that hug, the bro side hug, bro. Like acknowledging respect. I'm not okay. And also I wanted to point out, I don't know if you guys noticed it. I saw it in the teaser. Where is it? Oh, I saw it on the teaser, like this shot right there. That billboard, the billboard, it's my call. Like, bro, you know Hype doesn't leave anything to chance. That billboard was purchased for them for this time frame to be in the music video, because it says a clear message. It's my call. Like, everything I do is because I chose to do it. Like, everything is intentional. Like, Hobie's part is saying, like, everything I do, everything I am, everything I do is for you, Army, and for our relationship. But I have a say in everything I do. It's not the company telling me what to do, it's me deciding what to do. And then J. Cole's side, it's the same thing. Like, everything I've become, the like how I've mastered my art, my music, my rapping, me deciding when it is my time to step down and hand down the crown, it's my call. Like, I call the shots. They're basically both saying, like, I call the shots in my life, in my work, in my art. There's nobody else that's telling me what to do. Ugh.
Every time I love, every time I hope.
He looks so cool, like the swagger. Hobie! The slow-mo, Hobie. Yes, respect. Hobie, I can't wait to see the behind of this, honestly. And I can see now why it's funny that it's like it's not it was rated not appropriate to air in like um Korean news stations or broadcasts because it's like explicit and vulgar language, but it's because of J. Cole's verse, because he drops the F bomb and he says N. And obviously he's entitled to it because he's a person of color. So if he wants to say that word, he can say that word. But let's just be clear, Army. That doesn't mean we're entitled to say that word, you know? So if you're singing along to it, you better when that word comes up. Unless you can honestly use it because you're a person of color and if you feel comfortable using it. So let's just remember that small, not so small little detail. But yes, that was J-Hope on the street, like Hope on the street, literally. I'm gonna cry again. J-Hope on the street with J. Cole. The whole the music video with Hobie's parts where he's like dancing, just feeling himself, doing his flow, which shows that he can arrange dancing to any type of beat. It doesn't have to be like a dance track. It can be like something mellow and smooth and just like groovy like this one. And I loved how they did the retro sound in the beginning with like the scratching of the turntable. But like the message he decided to leave us with before he enlists, which I have a feeling is gonna be end of April, but basically saying like, I'm still your hope. I'm still J-Hope on the street, the same guy, like going back to my grassroots when I was a street dancer. And so proud of him for being able to work with the person he looked up to, he respected, and like helped motivate him and like kind of like pulled him out of his slumps when he was having a hard time. Like that's amazing that they got to do that. So anyways, that was our reaction crying session. That was our therapy for the day, our crying session. Let me know what you thought of the music video, the song, just everything, how you're feeling, Army. I hope you like the reaction. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.